curious about. The truth. We all seek it, and the answers that lie within. However, more questions seem to fill those mysterious gaps. We seek insight. We seek guidance. We seek spiritual truth. Welcome to Spiritual Truth. Host Dette is a psychic medium and master teacher. She will help guide you through those difficult choices and get you headed in the right direction. As a psychic medium, Dette connects with spirit and provides you the best solution possible. She does not tell you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. Join us each week for insightful readings, oracle cards, spiritual guidance, and so much more. You have waited long enough. Now is your time for spiritual truth. And now, your host, Dette.
Good Monday morning, everybody. This is Dette here with Spiritual Truth on the Edge Network, where I do partner with the Edge magazine to create this show and the network. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is a show where we do kind of come on live and we do things like speak things that spirit gives me, and it's just about spiritual truth, just to try to enlighten your day, enlighten your week. We do wrap up the show at the end with a 5-card stud, which is a reading that I do with a deck that has been sent to me, either by somebody that's created it themselves and are self-promoting that deck or self-publishing that deck, or other companies send me decks. Beyond Words sent me the deck for last week. Llewellyn Publishing games. Oh, I can't think of the games one. Sorry. And this week we are going to be featuring Karen Kay's book with the artwork by Ginger Kelly, the Oracle Fairies deck. Tim Bear sent this to me. So there you go. There you go. This is going to be the card for the week. Oh my gosh. Thank you. These are my vacation nails, Keith. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You have a great day at work, Keith. I always appreciate when you stop in. I always know you watch the lives later. So that's pretty awesome. So everybody, I am starting the Christmas Merry Everything. Yes, this shirt is way too big. I've had it for a few years, but I couldn't think of a better way. Just in my Hogwarts pillow that is going to keep me propped up in my chair. Couldn't think of the better way to start this week. I just got back from Mexico, guys. Everybody knew I was going on vacation. I did go on vacation and I loved it. I love Mexico. I won't even tell you. I spoil myself when I go there, which is just hanging out on the beach, swimming, eating way too much food. I'm not a big drinker, so everything's like non-alcoholic, but that's okay. That's okay. I will tell you, I did have like 2 alcohol drinks this week and I was smashed off of them. Thank goodness I recovered very quickly because my body metabolizes it instantly, which is nice. But I don't like the feeling, so I don't go there very often. And guys, I do have a class starting tomorrow night. It is my intermediate class, my intermediate psychic mediumship development class. It is going to be running for the next 8 weeks, 7 lessons. And I want to tell you a little bit about this class really quick because it is amazing. We go over the individual abilities. I do cover the 4 senses, the major senses, which is seeing, hearing, knowing, and feeling. And then we dive into doing a lot of readings and then one-on-one readings and picture readings. And we just create this amazing environment where a lot of growth is. And even if you're a beginner, it's not a bad class to jump into. I can always catch you up on some back type of stuff if that's what you're looking to do. Either way, it's amazing. And it does start tomorrow night. If it's something you want to do, please go to my website, dette.us, and click the register button. It's going to be under intermediate. Just click it and you're going to go from there. I'll get a message and we'll get you on. Okay. And again, it's 7 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. And I believe that's 5 p.m. Oh my gosh, Pacific. Ugh, sorry. But we're going to start our morning out with Neil Diamond Walsh because that's where I love to start the day with, okay? And we're going to see if he gives me anything else. And yes, it's all Harry Potter because we're at the 9 3/4. I need a little magic in my life because I'm cold. I'm cold, guys. I'm cold. So let's flip the page. Ooh, where are we at? Oh, this is interesting. It says if you fear, let me show you the picture because it's it's a soft but kind of spiky picture, soft but spiky. It says if you fear retribution and a God who judges and condemns, then remember this show isn't about just speaking about God and religion and all that. It's all about spirit. So I tell you this, you are your own rule maker. You set the guidelines and you decide how well you have done and how well you are doing. For you are the one who has decided who and what you really are and who you want to be. And you are the only one who can assess how well you're doing. No one else will judge you ever. Wow, yeah, guys, yeah, that's big. That's big. And I will tell you what, this has been all over my life for the last 24 hours. If I had to pick a subject, because literally what was going through my head really started yesterday when I was about to get on when I got on the plane to come home and continue through this morning, which is kind of insane to me. Oh my gosh, it's going to give me a headache. It's going to give me a headache. So what does this mean? You are your own rule maker. You set the guidelines. You are the one that decides how well you are not doing. This is your life. This is your soul, your experiences. Okay. So I know a lot of times we want to put karma into that, don't we? We do. We want to put karma into everything. Why? Because that's what we do. And sometimes, guys, I think that word there, in a broader sense, a much broader sense, is to remind us of our own lessons when we open up our minds and we really pay attention to some stuff. Okay. When we really start paying attention. And for myself, I really try to stay open because I always say I have instant karma. It comes back at me. But really, what does that mean? It means, hey, good morning, Larry. That means that life is there. Things happen for me to have come back at me, to pay attention for my own life lessons, to kind of continuously make me more aware, to uplift me, to help my growth, to help my mindset, to change the way I do things, and to just make life a lot easier for me in the future, maybe not necessarily today. So let me give you some examples. Sitting on the plane. Yeah, that was me sitting on the plane. And you know how we always get in, I mean, anybody that's flown, you could be the most gentle, calm person. And the minute you have a kid kicking you back of your seat and you start, and then the person leans their seat back, and then you want to lean your seat back and you're pushing your feet forward and really you don't think you're doing anything there. And all these things are going through your head. And, it's airplanes are not always the most pleasurable experience for most people. I mean, who really wants to be cramped in a very small space? Like, what is that, 18 inches, I think, if you're lucky. Maybe 20 and not much wider. And yesterday, I sat down and instantly thought, oh God, I'm going to have one of those that's going to lean their chair back on me. So I looked behind me, who was behind me, because I always want to be conscious. I'm that person who wants to be conscious behind me. And I seen there was a child back there. And I thought, okay, this person leans their chair back. I'll be able to lean my chair back. And I thought, there we go. Beautiful. And I did, which was nice. Okay. And sure enough, that person leaned their chair back and then my eyes rolled. I'm like, oh, there goes, 3 inches of my life. We don't have much. And instantly I want to get frustrated. And I thought, no, let's just give up the frustration. I turned back, definitely still the child sitting there. So I was able to leave my chair back and give myself that little extra room. Instantly, my granddaughter was next to me. She starts kind of being that kid pushing on the seat in front of me, in front of her. And my head starts going, oh, don't do that because that's going to come back at us. And sure enough, the kid behind me starts kicking my seat. I calm my granddaughter down, hold her legs back in, get her more comfortable in her own space, and the child behind me does the same. And I thought, this is really interesting. Well, I'm trying to get some leg room because it's a 3+ hour flight. And I'm thinking to myself, I am fine with this. I start pushing my bag forward, didn't realize my shoes were in front of that. And I'm pushing it. Oh, I feel so great because I got that extra leg room, thinking there's a bar there to stop all this, blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't until towards the end of the flight that the child behind me kicked her stuff out from underneath her seat. And the flotation device jammed into the back of my legs. And instantly I thought, I bet you I've done that to the woman in front of me. Wow, not even being mindful of that space, not being mindful of somebody else's space. Now, she never said a word to me. She never looked back. I never heard of a negative comment to anybody. She just really was this beautiful woman. And to myself, I thought, this is a lesson for me. This is another lesson for me to look at myself, because as I went through this whole flight experience and seeing my own thoughts materialize on me, my own thoughts or my own actions coming back at me. And these aren't harsh things. These aren't anything with negative intention, but even the non-negative came back at me. And I went, wait a second, these are things for me to open up and start to see. And therefore, I was actually looking back at myself. I wasn't looking at the child behind me. I wasn't looking at the lady in front of me. I was looking at myself going, how can I make this a better experience for myself in the future? And the best way to do that is to change my own thoughts and my own actions. Hence, I'm the only one that can make my own rules. The only one. And that continued into this morning because I was literally like, oh my gosh, how I need to change my own thought process, because when I looked at my own business, and this morning, every Monday morning, I go over my own business and how it all works. And I literally went, oh my gosh, what can I do to grow my business? What can I do to get my own awareness out? And instantly I thought about yesterday, and I thought, I have to have my own thought process. I have to change my own thoughts about my own business. And how can I bring people to me? How can I open up that door? Because then again, guys, I am the creator of my life. And I thought to myself, I need to put the thought out that I am there, I am open, I'm available for all to come who are looking for something that I have to offer. And instantly, I got a message from a lady that said, I have a gift certificate from, it's almost a year ago, it expires literally in a few weeks. Now, this has already been paid for, and that's okay because it's still business. When can we schedule this? Instantly, I'm writing back, hey, what are your available times and days and what's best for you and blah, blah, blah. And let's make this happen, because what better time than Christmas to bring through messages and guidance, although they're great all year round. But I thought to put that positive out there, positivity. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, how does that help you today? Because that was something that was paid for a year ago. But it does help out today. Why? Because I'm consciously putting out there that I am creating my own life. I'm creating my own business. Now, I can do everything all day long. I can promote emails out there and classes out there. And I can walk my talk and do all that. But if I don't have the mindset in my mind and in my heart, and if those don't work together, then my business doesn't go any further. I have to change my mindset. I have to change within me. And that's really what that's about when we're looking at this. You are your own rule maker. You make the guidelines. You decide how your life is going to be. And I know so many of us like to think that, guess what? And I hear this all the time. It's a deck I was given. We were playing Jim Rummy, and those are the cards I got. I got to deal with the deck, the hand I got. No. Not at all. Not at all. Now, I'm not big on my card games. But I even know in euchre, I believe it's euchre. Hopefully it's euchre. It's been 30 years. But multiple card games, you get dealt your deck and you look at it. And you're allowed to give as many cards back and redraw again. And that's a game I like to play. Why? Because I never, good morning, Raz. I never have to deal with the hand I was given. I don't have to. You don't have to. Open it up. Wow, those cards are shitty. Throw them back down. Pick 5 more. Look at those. Does that work for you? No, those 2 don't. Pick 2 more. You are creating your own reality. You are creating your own life. These are your guidelines. And if you have a pretty decent soul, if you have some ethics and some morals by your standards, and if you grow and your soul's growing with you, you don't have to really worry too much about if you're doing the right or the wrong thing. Why? Because if you are witnessing things, if you're looking at, boy, I shouldn't have done that, and you get instant, retribution on that, you get instant, come back at you. Now, I'm not saying that God or somebody else in the universe is coming back conspiring to get you, because it's not. And I'm talking about what you feel your own guidelines are. I have this strict guideline. I try to be the most ethical I possibly can. And if I do negative to somebody, I expect that to come back at me in some fashion for my growth. Not for me to be injured, not for me to hurt myself because I possibly hurt somebody else, but for it to come back at me for growth, so I can understand in some way a feeling, a knowledge. So my soul, my being, my brain can get the impact of that. So I can go, oh gosh, I just did that to somebody. God, that really, I didn't realize I did this. In my mind, in my heart, I go, I am sorry for what I've done. And I hope that does not affect you negatively. I'm going to pull back that negative energy and give that back to the universe. I'm not getting retribution out of that. It's not coming back at me. It's not going to hurt me, but it gives me knowledge. It gives me growth so that I can atone in some manner for what I've done. And I can learn not to do this again, because now I know how that feels. And that in itself will teach me the difference between right and wrong and what I should or should not do. And every time I have that happen, my soul grows, my heart grows, my mind grows. And it makes me a better person tomorrow than I was today. And that's my guidebook. Now, your guidebook, and it may not be the same, and that's okay. But these are things I've created for myself. So often we tell ourselves, this is a big one, because we're told by somebody else that money is the root of all evil, right? We all want it. We all want to spend it. We all want to create an existence with it. But we want to sit there and go, it's somewhere in our brain, we go, money is not a good thing. It also goes with that, this is a hand I was dealt. If I was born poor, I'm going to die poor. If my parents said money, grandparents or whoever said, because somewhere in religion or church or somewhere in their own lineage said that money was something that wasn't a positive affect, or aspect, not affect, a positive aspect, then that gets in our mind, and that becomes part of our rule book. Unconsciously it becomes part of our rule book. Now, I've had that. And I will tell you what, I've had that. Why? Because somebody once upon a time ago, way back in my 20s, that was 30 years ago, told me they did, I don't know if they did numerology, or I think they did a numerology reading on me, but they did a whole all my pinnacles and all that stuff. And quite frankly, I think they interpreted it wrong, but it stuck with me ever since they did it. And they said that I was going to have nothing but roughness, and no money until I hit my 3rd pinnacle somewhere in my 50s. At that point, I wasn't going to have to worry about money, and life was going to get easier. Well, I'll tell you what, they're kind of wrong. But it's something I've held on to. It's something I told myself, this must be truth. And my life for the last 30 years has been extremely rough. And I have literally had faster female all my life. And now I'm 52 and I'm thinking to myself, gosh, I allowed somebody else's words to sink into me. I allowed somebody else's thoughts about money sink into my heart and my soul. I allowed somebody else to affect myself, just like we will with our grandparents or our parents saying that money is the root of all evil, or that it's negative, or that, oh my gosh, you were born poor, you'll die poor. All of those things stop us from our growth. So I've had to switch those words and say, I wasn't born poor. Money is not the root of all evil. Money comes to me easily. Money always comes to me. I'm deserving of it. I'm allowed to have more than enough of it. I never have to worry about it. And I have everything I need and ever wanted. And then you have to start to send those words out into the universe. And you have to start to think them and feel them and know that you are deserving. Know that you are. Know that this is your guideline, that you can create these guidelines for yourself. This is your rule book. I would love if each one of you literally got, let's get it out, a book. Some empty pages. Empty pages. Open it and start your guidelines. Start your rule book for your life. Now, some might say this is an art of manifestation. And it might be. Might be. But truly, if you write in what your rule books, your guidelines. Now, this isn't, the 10 Commandments. This isn't going to the Constitution and writing all that down. This isn't that. This is what you feel about your life, what you feel about your existence. You writing those things down about you and what you would like and who you are and what you want for you. What do you want for your soul growth? What do you want for yourself? And if money is part of that, write it in. If having a house is part of that, write it in. I am deserving of having a house and I own my house. And thank you because my house is everything I've ever wanted. Put it in there. Don't add. But if I can't make the payment, I'm going to lose the house. Don't add that in. Because that would be a retribution, wouldn't it? That would be something coming back at you saying that. And trust, guys, when I tell you, nobody's going to judge you for you making up your life. You're making up your rule book because nobody can. Good morning, Lori. Nobody can. Your life is your own. And nobody can judge you for you. There was a day when, and just simply me coming back off of vacation again this year. I'm going to say again this year. Because there was a time in my life where I didn't think I was deserving of vacations. I didn't work hard enough. I couldn't afford them because I had to do everything else. Has anything changed? No. The only thing that's changed is said, I work my tush off and I deserve a break. I work my tush off and I deserve to take off for 5 days. This vacation, paid for it months ago. Doesn't mean I had money when I took flight. It meant I had money months ago when I paid for it. Nobody's going to judge me because I choose to add vacations into my life. Nobody's going to judge me because I talk to dead people. Nobody's going to judge me because they don't believe psychics are real. Nobody is going to judge me because I am who I am. And I will tell you what, for my own, when I allowed to live my life, allowing other people to judge me and taking on their judgment. When I was living that life, I was a nurse, working 60 plus hours a week. I owned a motorcycle shop, and I worked probably 30 to 40 hours at that. I had kids. I was being evicted because I couldn't pay my bills. I was unhappy. And I was living my life based on what the rest of the world thought I should or should not do. And I will tell you what, I had virtually no friends because I wasn't a friendly person, because I was exhausted. And I was in constant judgment. Because number one, I allowed others to judge me, and that in turn turned me to judging myself. And I was my harshest critic. And when I gave that all up and went, I'm going to live my life by my guidelines, my rule book, my life changed. Do I work any less? No, not at all. Probably work. I will tell you what, I don't stop more often now than I ever did before. And it's 7 days a week all the time. But I don't allow people to judge me. And I no longer judge myself. And I'm a much happier person, and a much more enlightened person. And I have people that come into my life that tell me that. People tell me they like to be around me. And people tell me that I help them all the time. And it's when I gave up that my life began to change. And I hope you do that for yourself. I hope you allow yourself to change your own guidelines about yourself. Look at yourself from a different aspect. Don't allow people to judge you. Only allow yourself to judge yourself, and stop being your harshest critic. Because tomorrow you're going to be a different person than you are today, just based on the things that you learned today. Open up your awareness and allow it to happen. So, wow. Very short, but very powerful, wasn't that? Let's close the book on that one. But I do hope this week, guys, you do take your time to literally pay attention to that. Write your own guidelines. Get that notebook and open that up and do that. We're going to take a quick station break. And when we get back, we are going to start this 5-card stud, guys. So give me a moment and we'll see you soon.
Is your space aligned with your dreams? Do you feel inspired when you walk in the door? Carol Hyder can help you create a space that you love, where you thrive, and where you always want to be. Using her 29 years of experience as a feng shui consultant, teacher, author, and trainer, she can help you bring forth the inspired essence of your home or office, making a place where you feel whole and safe. Learn the specific feng shui adjustments that Carol has seen as the most important, such as determining which room in your home should be your favorite, why your stove may be affecting your health, and why your office may be holding you back. Contact Carol at 612-823-5093 or carolhyder.com to discuss the specifics with a personal appointment. By elevating the energy of your space, it becomes sacred and you will be forever changed. Contact Carol at Carol Hyder, that's CarolEhyder. Are you ready to dive into a world of exploration, enlightenment, and higher consciousness? The Edge Magazine media platform is your ultimate one-stop shop for all things curious. We're a vibrant community of seekers and teachers passionate about sharing our gifts and abilities to help the collective explore, develop, and understand our journey towards higher consciousness. Our website, edgemagazine.net, receives over 10,000 views each month, boasting unique articles, enlightening forecasts, and insightful book reviews. Over 15,000 copies of the Edge Magazine are printed every other month and distributed to over 400 locations across the Midwest. Experience a world of opportunities with the Edge Magazine. Unleash exposure through enticing print and online ads, Edge Partner Directory membership, and community calendar listings. Share your experience in radio and multimedia interviews, connecting with our diverse community, and join our vibrant events, connect with like-minded individuals, and share your gifts here, there, and everywhere.
Hey guys, just throwing things everywhere in my office. trying to get one book, and I'm not being very successful at it, but I think I got it. Okay, guys, before we start our 5-card stud, just wanted to let you know, as a reminder, I am doing that 2-book giveaway. Now, I've changed the rules on this. The first book I'm going to give away, going to give it out, going to announce this on the Christmas Day show. The first book giveaway is, by the way, the book is Ever Near by Tim Bear. Excuse me, and this is a beautiful story about proof of life after death and how love never really dies. This book, we are going to give the first one away to basically anybody that shows up as a viewer. If you comment, you are getting your name put on my list. Look at my list is starting to get long, and I am literally going to put these names in into a drawing. Whoever gets it. If you think you know somebody that needs this book, put their name down. And I tell you what, I am going to put it down there. I am going to put their name also into the drawing. And I am going to literally send this book off. Send this book off to whoever wins this Christmas morning. Okay. Now, Tim last week so generously said give 2 books away, drawing for 2 books. Well, I wanted to change this up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is now anybody that shares this, not the book giveaway, but anybody shares the program onto the network, we're going to start to build the network. We're going to start to get the viewers out there sharing these messages. So anybody that shares this on Facebook, or if you're on YouTube, wherever, I'm going to go all over Timbuktu and see how many shares there are. And I'm going to put those names into a separate drawing. And those are the ones that are going to get the second book option. So the first one is a first chance. So that's 2 different chances. First chance to get this book is by showing up to the show, making a comment. I can get your name down, or comment somebody's name down that you think could use this book. So that's the first way to get this. The second way of getting this book literally is to share the live stream, guys. So share the live stream out. And again, I'm going to make a second list on those, and we're going to go from there. We're going to pick 2 different names, guys, 2 different books. And they are signed by Tim already. Here we go. I got 2 books. How's that sound? I got 2 books. We're going to make this happen. And they are signed by Tim. They're beautifully signed by, I got a mess. I'm telling you what, when you leave for a week and you come back, your office is just a mess. Okay, so, and by the way, Heidi, I am so happy to hear that Heidi wrote beautiful mess. I remember put this up. Wrote beautiful message today. Thank you. I will be making my list. I love that. I love that. I love it. I love it. So guys, we're going to do the 5-card stud. We're going to put my banner up there. Now that I feel like it's time, we're going to do this. Also, guys, I think it's pretty awesome. Every week, guys, after I do the 5-card stud, I literally take pictures of all the cards. I write it all up. I send it into the magazine, and they go on their site and they re-put it down. So if you miss it here, or if you want to go back and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to watch this whole show again, that's okay. Go to the Edge Network's Facebook site, and you can find it there. You can find it there, and it's all in beautiful color, beautifully done. And guys, the new magazine is coming out soon, very, very soon. It's gorgeous. And guess who's? I got my own page. I got my own page, guys, and it is 5-card stud. So I give literally a reading with the deck of my choice from this last period. So all the decks that I'm taking and I'm working with, I literally on my shelf down here, I put them across so I know which decks I've used. And I take the deck that I was inspired by so much, and I do a 5-card stud reading with those, and I send that into the magazine, and they make it a page in the thing. So that is the reading for that period, for that 2 months. It's a reading for that 2 months. So many great things. So let's open it. I love this thing, just so you know. I love this thing because it makes my life so much easier. I love this. Now if I actually pay attention to what I'm doing, I love it more. So let's look at this. I don't know if I'm going to need the book or not. I also know, guys, I got a ton of dark cards. I heard I have a ton of, not tons, like 4 or 5, 3, 4, 5, something like that. Decks coming to me. I hate opening decks because they're already sucked to there. So it's going to be really interesting. Oh, I love this. Again, guys, this is the Oracle of the Fairies, Karen K, artwork by Ginger Kelly. It says, may you discover your fairy wings inside the sanctuary of your precious heart. Oh, I love that. Anybody knows me? I'm a secret. I'm an undercover fairy. I really am. I'm an undercover fairy. If you really want to know, anybody that knows who Doreen Virtue is, I gotta go this side. Before she retired, and I just call it retiring for work because I don't want to put any negative towards that, but before she retired from spiritual work, she had a fairyologist course. I'm a fairyologist, and that's all that matters. I'm a fairyologist. So I'm gonna, ooh, pretty nice book here, guys. Let's look at the book really quick. Like the book, it's got a beautiful, it does have the it looks like it might be, yeah, it looks like it is. Oh, I like it when they do it alphabetical, easy. It makes it easier to find. So we got that. It does have like a picture of the card, and it does have what the card is and a nice write-up on it. So I don't think we'll have to use the book. Normally I try not to use the books, guys. I really do. Some decks tell me, I open them up. I'm like, oh, gonna need the book on this one. A lot of decks I try not to. A lot of decks I try not to use the book if I don't have to. But oh, and Karen's got on the back of the book, it shows she's got a website, karenk.co.uk. So this lady is out of the UK, which is awesome. So it's www.karenk.co.uk. I will make sure I get that into the comments, guys, at the end of the show so that you guys have that. I did put the name of the deck up there, who it's from, and it's at Chaos, but I'll definitely put Karen's email or her website up there too for you guys to go look at, because she might have other decks or other books if you want to see it. So 5-card stud works with, you're going to pick a card 1 through 5, whatever card you want. You can take 1 card, 2 cards, 5 cards, sorry, and read them as an individual, or you can turn around and, wow, that's really weird. Okay. My computer while I was gone did extra stuff. Or you could pick all the cards as one, because as you know, I read the cards individually and then I go back and we read them as a whole. Okay. And like it was normal reading. So 1 card is already fallen out. So we're going to start with that one. And then I've got the rest ready to go. The first card that fell out was Pure Intention. The Fairy of Manifestation will help you see your wishes wisely. Manifest your heart's desire with pure intention and for the highest good of all. So pure intention. Oh my God, is that not incredible what we've been talking about today? Gorgeous card, by the way. Oh my God, that's a gorgeous card. Pure intention. When I look at this card, it really does. It does tell me, just like we were talking about today, if you pick card number 1, you are at the part where you've got to get your mind and your heart together. You need to get that is where you're at in life. You're going, I want, I need, whatever this is. But you're thinking it here and you're not necessarily feeling it here, or you're feeling it here and you're not thinking it there, and you're missing the whole throat chakra thing. So it's about getting that intention aligned, okay? Going here, wow. You know what? Let's just use that money thing. Wow. I see $100,000 in my bank account. Let's just do that. I'm seeing 100. I for whatever reason, I need $100,000. I'm seeing the $100,000. I'm opening up. I'm going, oh my God! Actually, I'm seeing 100,000 and 109,000.52 in my bank account. I open up. I see that online, and I'm gonna say, I just said that, so I feel that through my heart, my throat, because I can hear those words, and those words are ringing true, and I can feel it in my heart. My heart. I'm gonna let my heart build into that, and I'm gonna join that together, and then I'm gonna send that, and that's what a pure intention is. It's getting your mind, your throat, and your heart together to work to alignment to push that out. And let's see if that happens for me. But work for pure intention of bringing all of this together and allowing that to go out to the universe. So whatever it is you want, you need, you feel, whatever, bring that pure intention, because that's where you're at. Number 2, wish wisely. Use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. Guess that's step number 2, huh, guys? So these cards are giving us a tutorial. So wish wisely. So it is what do you want when you're looking at this, when you want this. Okay. So many people will think with that pure intention, and they will think, oh my gosh, I want this, I want this, I want this. And then they go back and they change it, or they don't think of the outcome of this happening. Now, if I put that intention, if putting that intention of $100,000 in my bank account, I also have to look at taxes are going to come out of that and everything else. So wish wisely. What is this for? What is this going to? What are you going to use this for? What is this? But make sure this is, and that you're going to take steps towards this. So many of us, sometimes we put out that intention if this is what we want, but then we go and sit on my couch and do nothing and just expect it to happen. Well, that's not how this is going to work. I'm not going to magically open my bank account and see $100,000 there. But what I can do is say, I've put this is my intention. This is what I'm going to have. Now I'm going to work towards that. Now I'm going to work towards that. And that's what that number 2 is. Wish wisely is. Make sure that wish is something you want, that pure intention is something you want, and that you're going to work towards that. Card number 3 is wisdom. Have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with that challenge. I keep hearing stop being dumb. Stop being dumb is what I keep hearing in my head. So somebody needs to hear it in that aspect, because so often we are, all of us are wise beyond our years. All of us are. All of us have that. We see that in children. We see that in certain younger individuals. But when we get to adulthood, we tend to start to lose that wisdom or acted upon that wisdom. So this is telling you, hey, go to that inner self, go to that wisdom, go to what you have got in here, and start to use it. Card number 3 is wait for winter. Wait for winter. During the colder months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes as long as your intentions are of the highest good. And I'm going to say this card is saying no. It's saying no. Why? Because technically winter is only a week or so away. Yes, we're cold already, but the day of winter doesn't come until the solstice, and it's right around the corner, guys. I think it's actually before the solstice, but it's right around the corner. But this is basically saying the time is now. So whatever question you have in your mind, whatever you're going, oh, should I do this? Should I do it? It's saying yes, and do it now. And the last one of this is tree wisdom. The tree I can never say this, a dired will help you navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers through the sounds it makes. Tree wisdom, saying to listen, pay attention, listen, open up your mind, allow that to come in, listen. Know that you're going to be guided. Card number 1 was pure intention. Card number 2 is wish wisely. Card number 3 is wisdom. Card number 4 is wait for winter. And card number 5 is the tree wisdom. Now, when I look at all these cards, I do believe it's just a continuation, really, of what we've been talking about today. And I'm always like, oh my gosh, you can't make this stuff up. You cannot make up when it comes from spirit. And what this is saying, that, you know what, again, you are the guide. You are your own guide. What do you want? Put some thought into this. This is your week to shine. This is your week to say, okay, what do I want in life? What do I want my life to be? Who do I want myself to be? And to start to create that. Put some thought in that. Do it now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for the spring. Don't wait for the winter. This is time. Do it now. Okay? And listen, because trust me, you're going to be guided through this process. You're not alone in this. You are going to be guided. Why? Because they never leave us. I think that's beautiful. I think that's beautiful. Okay, guys, I'm going to love and leave you this week. Why? Because I think we have given you a mouthful. We've given you a mouthful. But remember, guys, you can always find me back here on the Edge Network with Spiritual Truth with Dette. This is going to start becoming a podcast because Kelly Wagner and her husband of the Edge magazine are working very diligently on the back end side of this to completely make this huge network. Remember, in the last show I worked with Todd. Todd was the hard worker behind it. I just showed up my face here and did what I was supposed to do. And that started with 2 shows, and we grew it to many shows. Kelly is doing the same here with the Edge. We're doing the Edge Network, and we're going to grow this just as the last one was. And podcasts are coming, guys, very soon. Remember, we do have the book giveaways going. So remember, put your name down there in the comments so I can see them. I'll also go to Facebook just in case some of those comments are not getting to me here on the StreamYard site. For those giveaways, make sure you share this out to make sure we get that out. I have intermediate class starting tomorrow night, 7 p.m. If you'd like or interested in that, go to my website, hit that register button. It's going to come to me, and I'm going to get you on that list. Instantly going to start sending you out all the information to get you on board with us tomorrow night. If you're looking for a gift certificate to give those readings to your loved ones, whether it be a message from spirit, their loved ones, because who doesn't want to hear from their mom, their dad, grandma, grandpa's children, aunts, uncles, friends, loved ones, whoever, and or just the gift of guidance. Gosh, I do have gift certificates for sale on my website. Make sure you go to there. And I do personalize those gift certificates and send them back to you through email so that your name and their name is on there. All you have to do is print it out, put it in an envelope, and hand it to somebody. You can find all that at www.dette.us. I'll see you guys all soon, guys. Okay, we will see you soon. See you next week. Love to all. Bye-bye, guys.
There are psychic mediums, but there is nothing like Dette. Let's face it, we all struggle time and again. But if you seek the clarity you deserve, then you need to seek Dette. As a master teacher, Dette studied under international psychic medium Lisa Williams. Together, they not only help Dette better tap into spirit, but also build a long-lasting relationship. So many psychics tell us what we want to hear, and that just won't cut it with Dette. She tells you what you need to hear. No sugarcoating here. To book a reading with Dette is simple. Just visit her website, dette.us. That's dette.us. And follow the yellow brick road to connect with Dette. Don't just sit there and ponder those questions. Ask them and let Dette guide you every step of the way. You need insight now, and Dette can help. Just visit dette.us. That's dette.us.